Good morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA Department in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today we want to see about regarding the one of the market structure which we call as Duopoly. So already in our last videos we have seen regarding different types of market structures where it comes under the perfect competition and imperfect competition. One side we have seen about what is perfect competition and its nature and price and output determination. And after that we have seen regarding the imperfect competition like monopolistic competition, monopoly and oligopoly. And with that another market structure we have in the imperfect competition was duopoly. So as the name itself, duopoly means duo means two, poly means seller. So itself indicates that where a market structure consisting of two sellers or two companies compete the market, or maybe two companies will compete in order to capture a part or a 50% of the share in the market. So this competition where two companies together own or near all of the market for a given product or services, means two companies will work or will provide the product to the market. Maybe it is a product or service. So here duopoly is in a basic form of oligopoly market structure, as the market dominated by the small number of companies. As we have seen in the last video that what is oligopoly. Oligopoly means a few sellers selling an identical with a slight differentiated commodities. So these duopoly will also comes under the market structure of oligopoly. So it is also one type of a form like oligo is a few sellers, but when you comes under duopoly, it's a two sellers. Only two people will compete in this market structure. So in this duopoly, we can see the impact of the market as a monopoly, means how the monopoly, as we know the monopoly means he is in a single seller. So how the single seller will dominate in the market, the same way in the duopoly also, here the two players will be there, means two large companies or the two people will be there in order to collide on price or output, means they will come in competition between maybe the competition related to the price of the goods or maybe the output. So in this way there two people or the two companies will compete with each other in the market comes under the duopoly. So here it's a form of oligopoly, like what we have said, it is also one of the type, means mono means single but oligo means few. In between these two we have a two seller called as duopoly, or the two companies which will dominate the market, means only these two will be there who are providing that sort of product or the services. So in this duopoly, it's tend to compete with one another by reducing the chance of monopolistic marketing power. Means here the duopoly itself will compete with one another. So while competing with one another, it takes the chance of monopolistic marketing power. Means as we know the monopolistic. What is monopolistic there? Where the goods are identical within a separate or having a feature distinguishing. So in the monopoly, it is in a similar products may be utilized for the same want, but there is a differentiation in the features of the product or maybe price or anything else which differentiate one product with the another. So here these duopoly will also compete like a chance, means where two players will be there or two market or two companies will be there. So these two companies will have a chance of taking maybe product differentiation, maybe in case of features, price, quantity, output. So these two will play in the market taking the features or the chance of these monopolistic. And as we can say, the Visa cards and also the MasterCard. So once these are the best examples, once they enter by giving these cards, maybe in case of Visa and Master cards relating to the ATM and other credit card sector. So where they are the first people or the first companies which has been introduced to these cards and dominated in the payment industries, means online payment industry has been dominated in Europe and United States. So this we can take as a best example in case of this duopoly. And one of the disadvantages of duopoly, or what we can say, is the consumer, means we can say like he is having a choice between these two, where we can say like that is the advantage, what we can say like monopoly, as we can say, or as we can know that only one product will be there, the consumer does not will have any choice. But in case of duopoly, the consumer will have a little choice, means maybe you can go for that product or this product. And at the same way, another advantage of this duopoly is where these two companies or the two competitive people or the competitive companies will collide and increase the price for the consumers. Means here they themselves will go in competitive sector such that the prices of the consumer will be increases. So where we can understood that these are the two things which will help for these duopoly companies. So we can come to here saying that what is duopoly in case of economics. So in economics point of view, we can say that duopoly means it's two companies which is dominating a market or product or services. So these two companies will have the same effect in the market, means both A and B, two companies or there already we said like Visa and MasterCard, both has the two same effect in the market. But these two players, maybe they compete in case of price or maybe output. Means these two will compete maybe in case of fluctuation, means differentiation between A and B price, or maybe the sending of the output, that is market segmentation, that 30%, 50%, 60%, how far A company was capturing the market and how far this B company is capturing the market. So in these two ways, these two companies or the large companies will go on competing in the market. So these type of duopoly, where we can identify this competition or collusion will be taken in the two types, means these duopoly we can understand in the two types. The first type is counter not duopoly and the second one is veteran duopoly. So we comes under, first we'll see what is this counter not duopoly. So it's a model states that the quantity of goods or services producing the structure the competition among the two companies in the industries. Means we should identify here the competition, maybe the structure, whatever the price and other will be there, that structure they compete relating to the quantity of the goods and services, means what part of or percentage of the goods are sending to the market in case of production, or maybe what segment or the what part of the market, the portion of the market occupied, the portion of the market occupied by the companies will have the competition. So that type of, that is identifying by the quantity of the goods and services sent to the market, we can come the type of duopoly like counter not duopoly. So according to this model, the two companies decides collaboratively to split the market. Means A, B, when I said that A, B, two companies are there. So one company will capture some portion of the market and another company will capture the some portion of market. So by segregating this portion, they come together and they will go for sending the goods and services into the market. So maximum when this type of competition when you identified in the market, where we can see that the production, maintenance of the production, the companies will want to maintain an equilibrium position in the market. So that equilibrium position we can say that the two companies split the production 50-50%, then both company will get an equilibrium in the market. In some rare cases only, one company will send more amount of the production and another will send less amount of the production. So this will be taken place based upon their collaborative agreements, or maybe based upon their production capacities, they will send their product to the market. So this is called as counter duopoly, means where the competition will be taken place based upon the output sending to the market, means the portion what a company occupied by sending its quantity of the goods and services in the market. We can identify the counter not duopoly, and we comes under the second type, which we'll call as bettrend duopoly. So this bettrend duopoly model state that it is the price but not the production quantities that structures the competition between the two firms. So already counter not duopoly, we have seen that only the quantity will decides the market segmentation, that is market portion. So 50-50 portion or 30-60, whatever may be, the market will be taken based upon the quantity of the goods supplied. But under the better not duopoly, the price plays an important role, but not the production quantity or the structure will decides between the two firms. Here, this better not duopoly, this model posits that a consumer will choose the lower priced product when gives two choices of equal quality. Means as we have says that A and B, as both are sending 50% and 50% products to the market, we can say that what the consumer will choose all are equal, alike the products. Then here he has a chance of choosing the product based upon the price. Means which product is giving at a less price, the consumer want to purchase that product. So this implies that these two companies in case of duopoly will engage in case of price war. Means in order to capture the market share, these two companies will collide in the market in case of their price. So consumer will have a choice that who will provide within a less price, with that they are able to purchase that product more quantity of that goods. So the counter duopoly relates to the competition of the output sent to the market, and better not duopoly relates to the competition based upon the price. So these are the two types of duopoly market structures. Then we comes to in case of business economics of the business, how we understand these competition of duopoly. So it is these two companies or the two people compete in business controlling, that is majority of the market. Means that portion of the commodity or that peculiar goods will be totally captured in the hands of these two companies. So the majority of the business will be controlled relating to that goods in the market. Means only these two companies will control the total market segment, so of a particular product or services. So in the business, a part of the duopoly, even it is providing other services and that does not fall into the market sector in the questioning. Means here maybe this duopoly company may be competing with one product, it can have the other types of products where it will compete in the other market sectors. Means we doesn't say that one company giving only one product in the market. No, it will provide number of products, but one product will comes under the segment of or competition of duopoly. So for example, we can say like Google and Meta. So formerly these two companies has been competed in case of Facebook. So though both has been dominated through digital advertisement in the market, so early of 21st centuries. So these the duopoly field at that time in the earliest of 21st century, these two came, that is Google and Meta has been have a good popularity or captured majority of the digital marketization in case of Facebook. But when we see this Google, maybe it comes under duopoly also, but it having other products also, such as the computer, softwares, and others. So Google is engaged in other types of business. It doesn't mean it does not compete with the duopoly. In duopoly sector, it gave us the Facebook or the digital advertisement, and itself is associated with the other types of products such as the computer softwares and other types of hardware and other production sector. So we can say that these understanding of duopoly, we can say it's a that this duopoly will compete with one product with the market, and it will has another diversified products also. So next come to the topic of relating to these oligopoly, duopoly, and monopoly. Means there will be a little bit of confusion in the market, saying that maybe all are similar and same, but each company is having its own type of product differentiation, and each market structure is having its own pricing strategies and benefited to the consumers. Means as we know, monopoly single, duopoly two persons, oligopoly few sellers. So we can say that mono one, as we can say oligo few, and we can say duo two. So in this way, these all are different based upon one and another producers, but having the differentiated in case of features and also other benefits what these products are extending, it's controlling in the market also. However, we can say that these duopoly industries is plays a majority role or likelihood where it is having a little bit of a far status from the monopoly, where we can't say that only single is there. We can't say, but a little bit of choice provided to us. It is having a status that two people are there who are able to supply one or the other. So these may be relating to the collusion between the two companies, or if one goes out of the business. Means if two companies or they collide or they'll fight a tough competition in the market, sometimes one will stay and another will go. If one stays, it becomes into the monopoly market. Or if monopoly is there and one person attack the market and enter into that same industry, this monopoly will automatically converted into the duopoly. So what we want to convert is that when the monopoly or duopoly, there is a chance of conversion monopoly to duopoly and a duopoly to the monopoly also, based upon the external market situations. And the next comes under the importance of this duopoly. So as we know, this duo, oligo, monopoly are three structures. It is a part of imperfect competition. Both involves in colluding, means competing toughly between one and another. In case of acting power, means maybe they want market share power, or maybe they want to capture the market through inflationary prices, means increasing or decreasing of the prices. Means these market structures will have the collusion, maybe for market power or maybe based upon the price. Since it will result in consumer paying higher prices, then they would truly competitive market structure. Means by competition with one another, it will result that consumer pays a higher price for the product. So these market structure and collusion means this type of competition in the external market will be illegal in case of these antitrust law in US. Means by involving, means by making the consumers, by giving this type of a tough competition in the market. In US it may be an antitrust law, but in our Indian environment there are many products based upon their nature or scarcity or maybe the government interventions. So there existing a duopoly, oligopoly and a monopoly structures also. So we can identify that it is very important for progress of infrastructures and other sectors where we can have a new introduction of the product. Not only the monopoly means it will create a lot of price increases or maybe create a monoism in the market. So in order to avoid that one, this duopoly will help us more in creating or providing another substitute for that product. Next, we can say not only this monopoly, duopoly, there will be a different confusion between this monopoly versus this duopoly versus duoponcy. So, as we know, these what is the confusion with the duoponcy? So, duopoly means two people or the two companies competing with other, maybe for market share of a particular product and services. Along with Visa, Mastercards, we can also know that a perfect competition, these duopoly competition, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So we daily look about these beverages. So in the market, maybe many local beverages are there, but these two, that is Coca-Cola and Pepsi, in Indian market dominates a lot, and a maximum share or a maximum market share will be contributed between these two ones. But this is what we call as duopoly, means these are the two sellers, that is Coca-Cola company and this Pepsi company selling the product. But when you comes under these duoponcy means it is a thing where a large two buyers will be there. Means only these duoponcy means it is two buyers. But when you comes under the differentiation, duopoly means we have two sellers. So where we can identify the differentiation, means we should not get any confused. So in case of these duoponcy, where these an economic environment or the condition where the largely two buyers will be there who will specifically purchase the product from the market. Yes. So these two buyers considerably having the bargaining power and can determine the market demand as long as the plenty of the firms are willing to sell them. Means how many firms are producing these type of goods, but these two people or the two buyers, large number of buyers will be there who will purchase from all small buyers, and they will have the stamina or they will capture the market demand in the external environment. So this is about the duoponcy and duopoly. And when you comes under the advantages of these duopoly, or means we can have both the positive and negative things under the duopoly. First, we'll see what are the advantages does a consumers or the companies will have in case of these duopoly. So the first, when these two companies operate with each other and maximizing their profits and without any competition, means this is an advantage. How we can take is when you compare within a monopoly market where only person is there, if you like or doesn't like, you should purchase the goods. But here we can have an advantage or a little bit of choice where the two companies will be there providing the goods and they themselves will maximize their own profit without competition. Why? Because when two are there, the collaboratively comes together, talks, and they will fix the price and quantity, and maximum we want market equilibrium here. So for want of market equilibrium, so these two companies may share 50-50% in the market. So the first advantage where the two companies will collaboratively, they want to capture the market. And next, another we can say that where these duopoly will have the collusive cooperative equilibrium. Means what I said explain, when these two companies are there, so they will collide, means they will compete in the market, but they comes to some cooperative measures and they both want to achieve the equilibrium. Maximum firms, when they have this duopoly market structure, want to get a cooperative understanding, having 50-50% of equilibrium, or maybe based upon their production capacity, they will go for these collusive cooperative equilibrium. And next, in these duopoly markets where they can concentrate on improving their existing product rather than feeling pressure to create the new product in the market. Means in the duopoly, lot of competition will not be there. Only two people are there, A and B, or maybe X and Y. So two people will be there, so that doesn't have any cutthroat competition in the market, and they are not in a losses. Maximum these two companies maximizes their profit based upon their cooperative equilibrium. So based upon this, they never goes for finding some innovative or the new product. They will be creating, continuously monitoring or giving a perfect product of whatever they have in the capacities, and they want to supply that product in order to capture a good market share. And because of the two companies competing each other here, the consumer benefits because the price controlled to the some extent, and they does not comes under the monopoly. So another advantage what we can say is that here the price will be controlled by one and the other. Why? Because two are there, so two will come cooperatively saying, and they themselves will use a best price. But when you see like monopoly, whatever the monopoly says, that is the final. Nobody will be there to control or the collaborate. So in this situation, we can say that the prices will be minimum and controlled in the market in case of duopoly. So along with these advantages, what we have seen relating to that maximizing of their profits, and these duopoly is having the collusive cooperative equilibrium, and the product improved or a good product will be there without going for the new creations, and these companies will have benefit to the consumers by controlling the prices and minimizing the cost. These are the some of the advantage what we want to give in case of duopoly. And along with advantages, whatever the market structure, we are able to identify that there are some other disadvantages. So some of the disadvantages of these duopoly markets were they are limited free traded. Means as we have seen in perfect competition where the free trade will be there. Means whatever the firms like to enter into the market, and whatever the firms doesn't like will leave the market, and relating to the product, and all are equal in a manner. But when you comes from the duopoly, maybe free trade will not be there. So limited. Why? Because one or other person will be there. Two are there. Me or X, another will be there who will control the price, output, and also the cost and quality. So in these, the trade will be limited to the some extent. Maybe X captures a portion of the market, Y will captures the another portion of market. So it is also one of the disadvantage saying that having only limited free trade. And another disadvantage related to these goods and services was based upon the supply and services lacks the diversity, where the consumer will have the limited option. Means what we are saying in case of duopoly, we have only the two market structures, A and B. So that's why these two people doesn't want to scatter, largely diversified. They don't want to diversify. Why? Because at that area, what they are producing, they're able to capture the majority share from the market. So the supply will be limited to that space, and it was unable to give to the different areas. Means for that product, maybe for the duopoly product, the consumer will it in a limited space or the limited option will be there due to the lack of diversity problem. And another thing which is one of the disadvantage of this duopoly is where the competitor to enter the industry and gain the market. Means it's very difficult for the competitors. Why? Because the two people are very strong in case of price and also in case of output. So very difficult. It is very difficult to other people to enter into the market to capture the share. Why? Because due to their product price, or maybe due to their company's goodwill. So already they are fixed in the market. So coming another product, another company, and defeating those competitors is a very little bit difficult in that competition. So another disadvantage of this duopoly was shuffles the innovations with the duopoly. Means here what we have said, one of the advantage of duopoly is that where the duopoly market It doesn't like to create the new product. So it want to sustain in the market by giving a continuous supply of its whatever the product it was giving. It doesn't want to go for creation of new or innovative product. Means it was stopping. This duopoly doesn't or not interested or not at all shuffles the innovation. Yes, it is also one of the disadvantage. And another type of disadvantage in case of this duopoly was prices may be higher for consumers. So when the competition is not a driving prices down, means when two people collaboratively comes and fix a price, both agreed for one price, so where the consumer does not have a choice of decreasing the price. So both thought of increasing the price and both increase the price and the price is same. For example, A and B. Already these are providing a 10 rupees and they want to increase A also 15 rupees and B also 15 rupees. When both has been come at a same price, automatically consumer does not have a choice. A or B he can purchase for the same prices. So here higher price when the consumer has to accept whatever the price when these two people has been provided. So these are the some of the disadvantages what we have been seen relating to the duopoly. So along that we'll see a little bit of examples what are the Indian environment has been faced relating to this duopoly. So we can say like Boeing and also Airbus. So these two are duopoly sector commanding large passengers in airplane manufacturing. So these two airplane manufacturing has been captured by these Boeing and Airways. So similarly as we have these Apple and Samsung dominated the smartphones market. As we know the first smartphones was given by a dominating sector like Apple and these Samsung. As Apple we can say it's charged a higher price and we have a good specific features. But in case of Samsung also capturing a equal portion of the market, but with a little bit of price rigidity and we can compare a little bit of quality is also a little bit of less in case of Samsung compared to the Apple. So these two companies in the business producing the passenger planes or maybe in case of smartphones, they captures the market share which is highly concentrated between two businesses which is identified in the duopoly. When you take these Boeing and Airbus and also the Apple and Samsung. So these two as we can identify that a majority Indian market where itself they captured a majority of the market share with these duopoly market structure. And along with that we can say these global services. Already I have been said that European and American markets has been experienced by providing these infrastructures relating to the instant payment that is global services of Visa cards and also market cards in case of online payments. So these is also a tough competition or has been grasped a majority share in the market. So for that in the European markets where we have gotten a suggestion saying that it's these master or Visa cards both allows the installment payments at a point of interaction or point of scales. Means when they introduced these two has been given only for installment payments. Means only for these type of housing loans and other types of loans, credit card payments, instant payment is being done. But after when these two cards are came, they required for doing for any that is traditional using of the cards. Means nowadays we are seeing a lot of Google Pay and other pay where we can go for regular transactions. But these two means this Visa and Global came only for instant payment point, and after that these two disappeared, and now the traditionally we have Google, Phone Pay and other are there which are doing all sorts of services. So and this way we can come to the conclusion saying that duopoly it's a structure where two companies will compete in the market. Maybe this competition could be done in case of price or maybe output. With these examples, we can come to the conclusion. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.